Gyanakosha, an encyclopedia of Vedic knowledge by Pact. Vedas. Rig Veda. Hymns on Agni, Rig Veda, Mandala 8.
ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपवज्रवत्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणान् ब्रह्मणस्पतआनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः
Mandala 8, Sukta 11, Rishi Vatsyakanva in meter Pratishta visualized Agni as, Thou Agni, God mid mortal men, art God of sacred rites, thou art to be adored at sacrifice. O mighty Agni, thou must be glorified at our festivals, bearing our offerings to the gods. O Jatavedas, Agni, fight and drive our foes afar from us, them and their godless enmities. Thou, Jatavedas, seekest not the worship of a hostile man, however nay it be to thee. We sages, mortals as we are, adore the mighty name of thee, immortal Jataveda's name. Sages, we call the sage to help mortals, we call the god to aid, we call on Agni with our songs. May Vatsas draw thy mind away even from thy loftiest dwelling place. Agni, with song that earns for thee, thou art the same in many a place. Mid all the people thou art Lord, in fray and fight we call on thee. When we are seeking strength, we call Agni to help us in the strife, the giver of rich gifts in war. Ancient, adorable at sacrifices, priest from of old, meet for our praise, thou sit test, fill full and satisfy thy body, Agni, and win us happiness by offering worship. In Sukta 19, Rishi Swabari Kanva in Kakupa meter hailed Agni, sing praise to thee, and sing praise to him, the Lord of light. The gods have made the god to be their messenger and sent oblations to gods. Agni, the bounteous giver, bright with varied flames, loud thou, O singer Swabari. Him who controls this sacred food with Soma blent, who hath first claim to sacrifice. Thee have we chosen skilless in sacrifice, immortal priest among the gods, wise finisher of this holy rite, the song of strength, the blessed, brightly shining one, Agni, whose light is excellent. Maybe thy sacrifice win us in heaven the grace of Mitra, Varuna, and the floods. The mortal who hath ministered to Agni with oblation, fuel, ritual lore, and reverence, skilled in sacrifice. Very swift to run are his fleet-footed steeds, and most resplendent fame is his. No trouble caused by gods or wrought by mortal man from any side overtaketh him. May we by thine own fires be well supplied with fire. O Son of Strength, O Lord of Might, thou as our friend hast worthy men. Agni, who praises like a guest of friendly mind, is as a car that brings us gear. Also in thee is found perfect security, thou art the sovereign Lord of wealth. That man, moreover, merits praise who brings auspicious Agni, sacrificial gifts, may he win riches by his thoughts. He for whose sacrifice thou standest up erect is prosperous and rules over men. He wins with coursers and with singers, killed in song, with heroes he obtains the prize. He in whose dwelling Agni is chief ornament, and all desired love his Lord well, and jealously tends his offerings. His are the lauding sage's word, his Son of Strength, who is most prompt with sacred gifts. Set thou beneath the gods, Vasu, above mankind, the speech of the intelligent. He who with sacrificial gifts or homage bringeth very skilful Agni, nay, or him who flashes fast with song. The mortal who with blazing fuel, as his laws command, adores the perfect God, blessed with his thoughts in splendor, shall exceed all men, as though he overpassed the floods. Give us the splendor, Agni, which may overcome each greedy friend in our abode, the wrath of evil-hearted folk, that wherewith Mitra, Varuna and Aryaman, the Ashwins, Bhaga give us flight, that may we, by thy power, finding best furtherance, worship, O Indra, help thy thee. O Agni, most devout are they, the sages, who have set thee, sage exceeding wise, O God, for men to look upon. Who have arranged thine altar, blessed God, at morn brought thine oblation, pressed the Jews. They by their deeds of strength have won them mighty wealth, who have set all their hope in thee. May Agni worshipped bring us bliss, may the gift, blessed one, and sacrifice bring bliss. Yeah, may our prizes bring us bliss. Show forth the mind that brings success in war with friends, wherewith thou conquerest in fight. Bring down the many firm hopes of our enemies, and let us vanquish with thine aid. I praise with song the friend of man, whom God sent down to be herald and messenger, best worshipper, bearer of our gifts. Thou unto sharp-toothed Agni, young and radiant God, proclaims with thy song the feast. Agni, who for our sweet strains molds heroic strength when sacred oil is offered him, while served with sacrificial oil, now upward and now downward Agni moves his sword, as both the Asura his robe. The God, the friend of man, who bears our gifts to heaven, the God with his sweet-smelling mouth, distributes skilled in sacrifice his precious things, invoking priest, immortal God. Son of strength, Agni, if thou wert the mortal, bright as Mitra, I worshipped with our gifts, and I were the immortal God. I would not give thee up, Vasu, to calumny or misery. O bounteous one, my worshipper should feel no hunger or distress, nor Agni should he live in sin. Like a son cherished in his father's house, let our oblation rise unto the gods. With thine immediate aid may I, excellent Agni, ever gain my wish immortal with a God to help. O Agni, by thy wisdom, by thy bounties, by thy leading, may I gather wealth. Excellent Agni, thou art called my providence, delight thou to be liberal. Agni, he conquers by thine aid that brings him store of noble heroes and great strength, whose bond of friendship is thy choice. Thy spark is black and crackling, kindled in due time. O bounteous, it is taken up. Thou art the dear friend of the mighty. Mornings thou shinest in glimmering of the night. We sovereigns have come to him for succor, who is good to help with thousand powers. The sovereign trusted the Sioux's friend. O Agni, thou on whom all other fires depend, as branches on the parent stem, I make the treasures of the folk like songs mine own, while I exalt thy sovereign might. The mortal whom Adityas, Gulilu, led to the farther bank of all the princes, bounteous ones. Whoever he be, man ruling kings, the regent of the race of men. May we, O Mitra, Varuna, and Aryaman, like him to furtherance of your law. A gift of 50 female slaves hath Trasadyasu given me, Purushokta's son, most liberal kind, lord of the brave. And Swaha too for me led forth a strong steed at Vastusu forward, a herd of 3 times 70 kind, good lord of gifts, he gave to me. In Sukta 23, Vishwamanaha Vainakasha, in meter Unishka, hailed Agni, worship thou Jatavedas, pray to him who willingly accepts, whose smoke wanders at will and none may grasp his flame. Though all men's friend, Vishwamavanas, exalt Agni with thy song, the giver, and his flames with which no cars contend, whose resolute assault to win vigor and foot deserves our praise, through whose discovering power the priest obtaineth wealth. Up springs the imperishable flame, the flame of the refulgent one, most bright with glowing jaws and glory in his train, skilled in fair sacrifice, extorted arise in godlike loveliness, shining with lofty splendor, with effulgent light, called straight to our oblation. Come, O Agni, through our elegies, as thou hast been our envoy, bearing up our gifts. I call your Agni from of old invoking priest of living men. Him with this song I laud and magnify for you, whom wondrous wise they animate with Solomon rides and his fair form, kind as a friend to men who keep the holy law. Him true to law who perfecteth the sacrifice, law-loving ones, ye with your song have gratified in the place of prayer. May all our sacrifices go to him, the truest Angirasa, who is among mankind the most illustrious priest. Imperishable Agni, thine are all these high enkindled lights, like horses and like stallions showing forth their strength. So give us, Lord of power and might, riches combined with hero strength, and guard us with our sons and grandsons in our phrase. Soon as the eager Lord of men is friendly unto Manti's race, Agni averted from us all the demon host. O hero Agni, Lord of men, on hearing this new Lord of mine, burn down the Rakshasas, enchanters, with thy flame. No mortal foe can ever prevail by arts of magic over him. we serveth Agni well with sacrificial gifts. Vyasava, the sage, who sought the bull, hath won thee, finder of good things. As such may we enkindle thee for ample wealth. Usavana conversed, establish thee, O Agni, as invoking priest, thee, Jatavedas, sacrificing priest for man. All deities of one accord appointed thee their messenger. Thou, God, through hearing, hadst first claim to sacrifice. Him may the mortal hero make his own immortal messenger, far spreading purifier, him whose path is black with lifted ladles. Let us call him splendid with his brilliant flame. Men's ancient Agni, wasting not, adorable. The man who pays the worship due to him with sacrificial gifts obtains both plenteous nourishment and hero fame. To Jatavedas, Agni, chief in sacrifices, first of all, with homage goes the ladle rich with sacred gifts. Even as Vyatya did, may we with these most high and liberal hymns pay worship unto Agni of the splendid flame. Now sing as Sturapya sang, with lands to him who spreadeth far, to Agni of the home, O Rishi, Vaivasa's son, as welcome guest of humankind, as offering of the forest kings. The sages worship ancient Agni for his aid, for men's oblations brought to him, who is the mighty Lord of all. Sit, Agni, mid our homage on the sacred grass. Grant us abundant treasures, grant the opulence with many crave, with store of heroes, progeny, and high renown. Agni, most youthful of the gods, send evermore the gift of wealth unto Varasuvaman and to all his folk. A mighty conqueror art thou, O Agni, so disclose to us food in our herds of kine and gain of ample wealth. Thou, Agni, art a glorious god, bring hither Mitra Varuna, imperial sovereigns, holy minded, true to law.